And we see Daryl McFadden, again, his first year as a starter under center. He'll run the option keeper, keep it himself, pull it up to the 20-yard line.
Well, McFadden can run the football. Doesn't do it very often.
McFadden keeps off the right-hand side. He's tackled by number 44, Daryl Barnes.
Why do it yourself? But
pick
he
up
is capable.
about
That's just sending New Bern a message. Hey, there's one other weapon here. Don't forget about the quarterback keeper.
And that's an attempt to make that corner or that safety roll up and let the trail man on the pitch be open down the sidelines. 6 minutes to go before halftime. Again, your score 17-0 Independence. A 2nd and 7 Independence on their own 20-yard line. They send Woods in motion to tight end. They give to Cameron Hedigan. Hedigan squirts free to the 25-yard line. He'll be about 2 yards short of the first
Cameron
down.
Hedigan carries off the right-hand side.
And 2.
It's a tough run. Hedigan's not
carries
getting
to just
a lot
over
of
the
action right now,
25-yard
but
line.
you watch him here. He takes the ball. He meets some resistance.
Third
a yard
down
and a half, 2 yards in,
and 1.5.
scoots away and picks up 2 or 3 more yards. A tough runner. Good getting yards after contact.
3rd and 1, they'll say, on the 26-yard line. 5.5 minutes to go before halftime. And Independence, the last 3 drives, either a turnover or turnover on downs, giving the ball back over to New Bern. So the defense very resolute here for the Bears in the second half. They give to the backup tailback, Gerondo Casey. Casey will have the first down as he surges to the 32-yard line.
We saw Casey bull ahead with a
off the
touchdown
right-hand
earlier.
side
He
up
goes
to
about
the 33-yard line.
That's a play, Ernest, where I think if Independence has
First
maybe
and 10
or 15
Patriots.
yards better field position on 3rd 1, they maybe take a shot deep, come back and get it on 4th down. This close to your own end zone, you maybe can't take that risk. But had they been at, say, the 30, 35, I think we might have seen a completely different play call right there.
Well, Mark, I think they're setting them up for a play-action pass. It's just a moment of when Tom Knotts is going to play that. He is the offensive coordinator this year, with John Strong retiring last year. Hits Nix at the 40-yard line. He is dragged down to the 40 of New Bern.
Pass complete to 89, Hakeem Nix.
Coming from behind.
He's run down by number 44,
for the Bears.
Daryl Barnes.
44, Daryl Barnes, the middle linebacker.
He gets to about the 41-yard line.
And
1st and 10 Independence.
Hand in hand. That was Daryl Reynolds that he got past to the middle of the field and then eventually brought down. We haven't called Nick's name for a little while. Hopefully the New Bern defenders haven't forgotten about him.
And we've got the official stopping play here. There's an equipment situation.
Official timeout.
One of the offensive linemen for Independence, Terry Jones, who is your center. So they may, if they have to burn a timeout here, we'll make an adjustment. It looks like his chin strap.
Can't play football without a center.
We have a timeout. Independence.
Here's another picture of Tom Knotts again. He has 4 championships under his
Ladies and
belt.
gentlemen.
It's at 12%. I'm recording bass fishing on ESPN right now. I'm hoping to get that up to 50.
I'm gonna talk on the phone all night long.
Long distance.
Right now, there are hundreds of movie stars in my living room, waiting.
I will send my entire family pictures of my vacation, and none of them can stop me.
North Carolina High School Athletic Association to provide lodging and hospitality needs for many of the state championships being held in Raleigh. Some of the Summit properties include the Crabtree Summit Hotel, Fairfield Inn and Suites Raleigh Crabtree, and Raleigh Durham RTP. Residents in Crabtree, the residents in Raleigh, and Town Place Suites of Cary. Thanks to the Summit Hospitality Group, a proud sponsor of the NCHSAA.
Again, another whistle, as it seems like they'll have to call a second timeout. The first, and again, the equipment problem for Terry Jones, the center.
He's coming off the field and gesturing to his coaches that whatever they thought they had fixed wasn't fixed.
Mouthpiece or helmet. And now they're looking to see what it is, and that's actually Jones's replacement. That's number 62. That is Terry Jones, excuse me.
That's Terry Jones. No, he just borrowed a helmet from somebody else, and he's got a lid on that doesn't belong to him. He's got DeQuan Leake's helmet, the running back that scored the touchdown earlier. So mark this down in your playbooks. It's Terry Jones with DeQuan Leake's helmet.
That's an assist.
Helmet.
Assist for your running back. It looks like it is the straps on the chin. And of course, now in high school football, you have to have a 4-snap chin pad. Now, you can't use the traditional 2-snap that we used back there. Well, you might have used that. I didn't use a helmet when I was playing. It was that long ago.
You had the leather.
But now you have to have the 4 chin strap, the 4-snap. That's to secure it for head injuries.
League might want to head over to the RBC Arena afterwards, play a little hockey. He's got an
Ladies and gentlemen, the United States Marine Corps is proud to support the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Familiar with that with hockey. Hockey hat trick is a goal assist in a fight.
It's at 12%. I'm recording bass fishing on ESPN right now. I'm hoping to get that up to 50.
I'm gonna talk on the phone all night long.
Long distance. Right now, there are hundreds of movie stars in my living room, waiting.
I will send my entire family pictures of my vacation, and none of them can stop me.
Proud.
There are some
good sportsmanship is an essential part
New Bern
of a
fans
wholesome
here.
athletic
October
environment.
of course, it's a lot warmer when you have a 17-0 lead for what they call traditionally the Big I down in Charlotte. That's Independence. That's the Patriots. And again, we've had 2 straight timeouts for equipment
First and 10 for
the
Independence.
center, Terry Jones.
At the 41-yard
Now
line.
it's 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line. Under center is Darryl McFadden. McFadden rolling out the pass. Getting pressure. He will get rid of the ball. As rolling up is the linebacker.
McFadden's pass is incomplete.
The Bears, number 42.
2nd and 10.
Number 34, Clonsey McNeely. Again, pressure, great coverage by the secondary, and a great decision.
Credit goes to the secondary there, and Solomon Davis gets in there and rushes the pass enough and forces McFadden to get rid of the football, but credit there goes to the secondary. They did a nice job.
The defense here has really gotten their bearings here in this second quarter after I'm sure they felt like that the Independence was running roughshod over them those first 3 drives. They give to Hennigan, and he is dropped for a 5-yard loss back at the 45-yard line.
And a great play. And Hennigan gets up and
33.
Kind of looks around and says,
what happened?
We're having offensive line. Let
Where's that
somebody
great
shoot
offensive
in.
line play? But you know what happened was just a great individual effort that was made there by Darryl Barnes, the great senior linebacker. Shoots in, shoots the gap, and it's a loss. And all of a sudden, we got 3rd and a long, long way to go for the Patriots. But 3rd and 23, a lot of teams, you say forget about it. You don't blink when it's Independence.
Actually, 3rd and 13. The scoreboard has incorrect. Don't worry. The way Independence is moving down the field, it doesn't matter. Darryl McFadden throwing to the sidelines, incomplete. Trying to hit
McFadden's pass intended for number 33.
You
Hennigan.
see how much actually trying to hit Hennigan on a circle route there.
4th down.
The 4th straight time, New Bern's defense has ended his call. I say 4th straight time because with Tom Notch, you may not know he may go for it 4th and 13.
Well, I'll tell you what, the punter's earning his letter jacket. In
Marty Evans, number 20, on the punt
seasons,
for the
you can't
Patriots.
always say that, but look at this. Independence going to punt the ball again. And
Darryl Reynolds, number 11.
42 seconds to play.
Will go back deep for the Bears.
Denting the scoreboard.
Reynolds drops back to his 15. Always wary of the fake coming from the mastermind who is Tom Knotts. Long snap count, the kick. They set up for the return for New Bern. What a great kick. He tries to angle to the sidelines. And the old coffin corner as it will go out at the 13-yard line.
Ball goes out of bounds at the 14-yard line where the Bears will take over.
You know, Marty Evans may not get a lot of work during the season over 16 games, but he does a great job with that coffin corner kick.
I'll tell you what, it was a great punt, but he took his time delivering it, and another half step, and that bad boy gets blocked. So, end result, it's a great punt, and if New Bern wants to put some points on the board before halftime, they're going to have to go about 85 yards.
3:32 to go before halftime. They trail 17-0. Have to be wary of the turnover here.
Well, you've got to be careful with the pass, but the run game has been completely ineffective thus far.
They give to the fullback up the middle. Oh, no, Tarnicki will keep it himself. Great play.
Tarnicki keeps. He's run down by number 49, Jerome Byram.
Well, we see there, Tarnicki fakes it and decides to take it himself.
Gain of about
off
2
to the left
or
side.
3 on the play.
Those play-action fakes.
Second down, 7 to go for New Bern.
Passing game, so they try the run fake there, see if that works.
Jerome Byram again, that linebacker position. The front four just takes out the offensive line and lets those 3 linebackers, Graham, Smith, and Byram, just run roughshod here. They give Hardesty up the middle. He is close to the first down marker. That's it.
Kelvin Hardesty on the carry up the middle.
Oh, they
pushed Kelvin Hardesty.
Yeah, and
he carries to about the 24-yard line.
Like a good running back. It appears he's going to be short by perhaps.
They're going to mark where he is knee touchdown. Tackled by Darrell Smith.
Official timeout for a
measurement. Short here. And the officials will still measure, but it's going to be a good half of the length of the football. Well, I say a good half of the length of football.
I would say that one's probably close to a half-yard short. They'll bring the chains out for the measurement, and a positive sign for New Bern is Hardesty breaks off one of his better runs of the game. And it looks like it's
half the length of the, well, a whole length of football.
That's a whole football.
2:42 to go. New Bern with 2 of their timeouts remaining. Looking at a 3rd and 1.
And at the very least, I think New Bern wants to gobble up some time, move the football, and maybe more important than scoring here, Ernest.
It'll be 3rd down and short.
For an offense that really hasn't had a whole lot to be excited about thus far.
Well, if you can think a little ahead, if they're able to at least get a field goal out of this situation, they will retain the ball. They'll have it kicked to them to start up the second half. And Tarnicki will just fall behind his center.
First down, New Bern.
First down behind Austin Green, number 70.
You watch it here, nothing fancy, nothing pretty, but the last thing you want to do is punt the football back to Independence as you're nearing halftime, and you move the chains, you get a fresh set of downs, and now you wonder just how much tolerance for risk Chip Williams has. You got to move. If you want to score here, you're going to have to take some chances, move the ball downfield a little bit, but when you do that, you take some of the great Independence playmakers and you bring them into play.
Had some success throwing deep to Tarnicki, Tarnicki throwing deep to Darrell Reynolds, and to Gennaro Taylor. Will they take a chance on 1st and 10 and throw deep? Going to Gennaro Taylor and slapped away at the last minute by Turner.
Number 8, Taylor.
What a great play by Turner as he comes in.
Ryan Turner on the
Ryan Turner he's only 5'7", 135
second down,
pounds.
10 yards to go.
But watch him get body position, sealing off Taylor and slaps it away.
And Taylor did a nice job adjusting to the football, coming back toward the middle of the field. He was in position, but the coverage, again, impeccable.
Minute 56 to go before halftime. 2nd 10, again on their own 25-yard line. Tarnicki in the shotgun, dropping back. Goes deep again, trying to hit Darrell Reynolds. Stumbles and falls, does not elicit a pass interference call. So they go twice deep.
Tarnicki's pass is overthrown.
It runs off.
It'll be 3rd down.
And that's
10 yards to go.
You watch it. Tarnicki puts it up there. It's a good-looking ball, and Reynolds had perhaps a step. Even if he had not tripped, probably was not going to catch up to the football. But again, they're finding space. They're getting open on occasion, and that's stuff you file away. Those are plays you come back and you try to utilize later in the ball game. Right now, they need something that's going to get them 10 yards.
You kind of wonder if the officials thought that it was uncatchable ball, that it was beyond his reach, he would have been out of bounds, and that influenced their ability not to call a flag. Tarnicki dropping back, loads of time. He's throwing deep again, but he's going to overthrow his intended receiver, Reynolds. And Reynolds comes up and says, "Where's the flag?"
For number 11, Darrell Reynolds.
He's been looking for that on a couple of occasions, and
4th and 10.
Wondering, it seems like with this New Bern offense, as we see the long pass that falls incomplete, it's been all or nothing. They've gone for run plays, they've gone for short passes, and they've gone for the deep ball, but the mid-range pass they haven't even attempted to go for yet.
Xavier Padgett on that play, and again, great body position.
Independence, let's not forget, this is the team that can score in a matter of seconds, and they're going to have about a minute and a half left.
Ryan Turner back deep.
And they're not going to have a whole lot of field to traverse.
Back to kick.
They should get this ball
for the Bears.
Setting up for the return. Very will kick, plenty of time, kicks it high and deep to Turner.
Kick.
Turner will take it on the 35-yard line, looks for a lane, has a wall set up, gets to the sideline, still on his feet. One man to beat down the sideline, still moving. Great field position. He will get to the 24-yard line. What a great return
Ryan Turner
by Ryan Turner. Again, only 5'7", 135 pounds. And Independent can beat you on defense. They can beat you on offense and on special teams.
And you see here, Mike Harvey had the best shot at him on the sidelines.
Ball will be marked just outside the 23-yard line.
Like
1st and 10 Patriots.
It was Woody Wilson that came in and got a shoulder that knocked him out of bounds, but nice individual effort. Patriots have plenty of time this close to the end zone.
Will McFadden go to the end zone, try to strike big after the big special teams play. Throws over, hits number 82 for about a 5-yard gain. Again, the wealth of receivers, they have them coming almost everywhere, it seems, as that reception is by
McFadden's pass complete
to number
Tony
82.
Kaiser.
Rarely do they go to the tight end.
Gain of about 6, 2nd and 4.
Been in the program for a while, but not often utilized. It's a nice play on first down.
McFadden under center, drop back, 3-step drop, tries to throw the slant, it's picked off. Him and the receiver, miscommunication. Running down the sideline. Will he go all the way? That's number 23, Mike Harvey. And he's dragged down at the 25-yard line.
McFadden's pass intercepted by number 23, Mike Harvey. He returns the ball to the 27-yard line. First and 10 Bears.
He goes right side, and the New Bern fans, for the first time, Ernest, in quite some time, they got something to be excited about. With 41 seconds to play, this is New Bern's second legitimate scoring opportunity, and they got to make something of it.
Cameron Hennigan does not trail back and make the tackle. He could have possibly, Harvey could have scored. Let's set the scenario. 41 seconds to go before halftime. New Bern trails 17-0. They have 2 timeouts. Tarnicki throwing deep, trying to hit. And it is incomplete as he attempted to hit Janera Taylor again. Taylor had to step on Turner, but the ball floated just a little too long.
On the coverage for the Patriots.
Where
Second and 10.
Saw the ball floating. Fans weren't sure if Taylor had come down with it. The ball was put exactly where it needed to be, and the timing just off as the receiver made a play on it.
What do wide receivers coach tell you? You're going to hit the ground, you're going to get hit, you might as well catch it. 36 seconds to go. And marched off all of 5 seconds. It is still 2nd and 10 on the 27 of Independence. Tarnicki in the shotgun. Dropping back. He's going deep to the end zone again, trying to hit Reynolds. Is it a catch? It's a touchdown. What a catch, Darrell Reynolds.
Tarnicki's pass complete to number 11, Darrell Reynolds.
As we take a look at what was just an amazing touchdown catch by Darrell Reynolds, you see him here. He goes up in the right corner. It's a one-handed grab. He scoops the ball to himself, and you see a little breakdancing going on the sideline. I don't know what's more impressive, the catch or the kid breakdancing on the sidelines.
What a one-handed catch secures the ball. It never hit the turf.
That is as impressive a
catch. The kick is good
with
29 seconds remaining. In the first half, the score, Independence 17, New Bern 7.
You still see it on all the highlight shows. That catch there by Darrell Williams, every bit as good.
Well, as an afterthought, Sean Berry gets the extra point, but you never would have known it because this crowd is still buzzing with a one-handed catch by Darrell Reynolds against Turner. Just uses that hand to bring it in, and new life to the New Bern Bears. Watch again.
Take another look at this.
What a great...
Darrell Reynolds goes up with the right hand, slightly deflects the ball back to himself,
and brings it
towards
back
the turf, then uses the right hand again. So he uses the right to slow it, the right to scoop it, and then comes up with the right and says, I got the football. And I'm telling you, that is as good of a catch as you'll see. Forget about high school football on any level. That is an amazing play, and this is why Darrell Reynolds, a big part. He's a commitment to ECU. Skip Holt's watching that right now. Big old smile on his face. That is a big-time play.
Yeah, Coach Holtz is saying, can you do that for me every week? I'll be happy to.
Well, you know what? In Greenville, they need a little bit of excitement going with that program. Skip Holtz did some good things.
23 Turner and 89 Nix.
A couple catches
set
like
deep
that will put
to
you
receive the very kick.
We'll have to travel about an hour west to wind up at the Greenville campus there at Mickens Stadium. The kickoff mishandled by Independence. Trying to get to the outside. Still on his feet, steps out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
Nick steps out of bounds
at number 28, Austin Williams.
Now, New Bern did exactly what they wanted to do.
We'll call it the 27. First and 10, Patriots.
Remove the shroud of invincibility from this Independence program. You don't want to make any mistakes here. Just get to halftime, and as you alluded to, Ernest, New Bern's going to get the football again, and I think they've found something. They've gone deep on, I think, 7 of their last 10 plays have been deep passes. They've seen something they think they can exploit in the Patriot defense.
Hakeem Nix on that return down to the 26, and they'll give it to Hennigan up the middle and feel happy to go
carry up the middle by number 33
with a 17-7 lead, but you really feel the momentum going over to what would be the northern side of Carter Finley Stadium.
It's a big shift.
It's a big shift.
And you can feel it. You can hear it in the crowd.
Halftime. That's it. Well, New Bern really has a 2-1
That's the end of the first half of play. The score, the Patriots of Independence 17.
Well, we're going to go to halftime.
The Bears of New Bern 7.
The New Bern Bears, Independence 17.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, now would be a great time for you to visit the concession area. Our officials.
Relax and let your thoughts drift away. in a stressless, the ultimate recliner, designed to support you perfectly in any position. Relax your body, free your mind in a stressless.
Come, experience stressless at Inbo Furniture in Cornelius.
Few eagles, vultures, and falcons, the number one reason for admission is colliding with a vehicle, probably at least 50% of all the birds that we receive.
And we welcome you back to the start of the second half. Ernest Watts
Kickoff goes out of bounds.
Amazon.
Penalty flag on the play.
Kick out of bounds by Independence. So on the 35-yard line, New Bern's offense will go 1st and 10. And Mark Amazon, what adjustments will Chip Williams make here in the second half?
I'm looking at what happened in the first half. You can't.
New Bern has elected to take the ball at the 35-yard line. First down.
They have not had a lot of success with the deep ball, with the exception of the one at the end of the half that yielded the touchdown. I really think New Bern's going to have to look at some mid-range passes, maybe get Hardesty involved a little bit in the passing game and try to make him a weapon out in the flat. But I don't think long range you can beat a team like Independence just hurling it downfield 30 yards every play. They can't run. They got to try Ernest. I think what's right in the middle of those two.
And that's the adjustments that Carl Startzman will make, the defensive coordinator for Independence. Well, there's Hardesty.
Just when he said he can't run the football.
Still on his feet, down to the 39-yard line. His longest
down
run
to the 39-yard line.
Before that, he
first
only
down,
picked up
Bears.
12 yards in the first half.
He had 12 yards on 7 carries, and you see there, Hardesty goes around the right end. It's a huge hole, and Ernest, that's why we're up here, and Chip Williams is down there. As we're saying abandon the run game, he goes right back to it, and great job. Credit goes to the offensive line. They gave Hardesty really the first open space he's seen all day.
That looks more like the 1,000-yard rusher which Hardesty had manifested in the first 15 games of the season. Tarnicki dropping back to pass. He's going deep again. And it looks like a little confusion there in the pass play.
Taylor.
He's trying to go Janera Taylor. Taylor just loping downfield. It looked like a post pattern. Taylor going on a kind of flyer streak pattern there.
You know, I thought at first that Taylor might have had a hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's some scores from some other state championship games.
It looks like
the 1A game in Winston-Salem at halftime. Wallace Roseville 20, Thomasville 7.
And for
the
Carl
2A game, Carolina, Shelby 16, and Reedsville 3 in the third
feels
quarter.
like that his corners and his safeties can guard one-on-one. They're not getting any safety help for the wide receivers for the Bears. Tarnicki on the draw play to Hardesty. He'll be dropped for a 1-yard loss.
Carries for no
back
gain
on the 41-yard line.
Tackle by number 59.
One thing we've seen throughout this first half, Ernest,
Andre Thornton.
You can't have any hesitation at all against this Independence defense.
The score in the 3A game in Durham.
Way too quick, and Hardesty kind
of at halftime, Burlington Williams 13, Charlotte Catholic 7.
Up by the entire defense, amongst others. Andre Thornton, one of the first to get there. You can't have any
balls at the
hesitancy.
41 at second. Correction,
Thornton
third and 12.
Defensive end position. Different in size when you compare him to Jeremy Bing, who is under 180 pounds. Going deep again. And the reception to the 18-yard line. Once again, Darrell Reynolds
catches
with
made
a great
by
catch.
Darrell Reynolds
and a great adjustment by Darrell Reynolds as he
down.
And just the pass from Tarnicki. Watch the adjustment.
Look at that. I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. Reynolds realizes the ball's underthrown. He stops. He comes back to the football slightly and makes a great play in front of Zavis Padgett. That was probably 4-down territory, and now all of a sudden we've got the number 3 team in the nation.
First and 10 from the 17.
And New Bern starting to give them a run for their money.
Tarnicki on the stretch play. We'll give it to Hardesty. He tries to break outside, but the defense of Independence will keep him to
Hardesty
a 2-yard
works
gain
to about the 15-yard line. Pick up of about 2.
Well, you see the line really had to fight just to get him that 2 yards there. There was a little bit of a late surge. Hardesty bottled up going left, and his line.
Second down, 8 yards to go for the Bears.
They bought him about 1.5 yards of that 2 yards.
Well, you know you're setting up for a pass play like that. Play action fake, and you're going to roll on naked bootleg and give Karnicki a chance to run or throw the ball. It's just an opportunity when they'll do that. Second and 8, excuse me, under 10 minutes to go, third quarter. And the Bears in Independence territory. The reverse, and smelled out so well by this defense of Independence. And coming up, Jerome Byram, and we've called this young man's name so
reverse
many times.
to number
He's
3,
over
Woody
to seal
Wilson.
off and stop Woody Wilson, and it'll be a loss
74,
of 4
DeWitt
yards.
Dixon.
You see on the replay, you think maybe
there for
Indy's
the tackle.
biting on the fake, and they didn't, and they had guys just waiting.
Loss of about 5 on the play. It'll be
Dixon
third down. 13 to go for New Bern.
But DeWitt Dixon closed the deal, and New Bern back in a must-pass situation, 3rd and 13. I think if you're New Bern, you're not playing for field goals at this point.
No.
I think at this point, I think you need touchdowns every time you get close to keep up with Independence.
A field goal would draw you within a touchdown.
It's a one-score game.
But you kind of wonder if they're going to try to go to number 11 here. They've had success. And that's who they hit. They'll be short of the first down, marked at the 11-yard line. Once again, it goes in the air, and Darrell Reynolds will not let everybody else have the ball.
Yeah,
Catch by Reynolds.
Does a nice job with this. You have to wonder a little
24,
bit about the play
Zavis
selection.
Paget
We've seen this a little
on the
bit
tackle.
With
gains to about the 11-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about 4 yards to go for the Bears.
For Coach Williams.
And they're going to go for the kick here. Sean Very, who has been fairly consistent through
92, Sean Very on to attempt a 28-yard
field goal attempt for the far hash mark. The kick is up. It is going to be short.
The kick is no good.
To the right.
Yeah, well, that one was off to the right, and
short. I don't think it had the distance, even if it was accurate.
I mean, again,
Independence takes over on the 20-yard line.
Has a shot at
1st and 10.
Goal, but I'm playing Independence. I'm going for touchdowns. I get close. I'm going for 7 every time, and
again,
that kick
not even high enough.
Off to the right.
Off to the right, and again the hash mark, the severe angle, and one has to remember that we're dealing with college goalposts. High school goalposts are about 5 feet much more wider than college goalposts, and that is because we're playing at a University, NC State. The pass to Nix. He's got it on the 40. He beats McFadden. He's down the sidelines. He will not be Scott. Touchdown. 80-yard touchdown
Darrell
pass.
McFadden completes the pass for 80 yards. To number 89, Hakeem Nix
just made a mistake.
for an Independence touchdown.
Let's go out of this game. And when you want to put the other team, when you want to break the other team's spirit, you go with Hakeem Nix. They get the ball to Nix here deep on the pass play, but watch the effort by Nix as he breaks a couple of tackles, makes the play.
3, Brad Barnhouse on to attempt the extra point.
And as he moves towards the sideline, having eluded Darrell Reynolds, the stiff arm buys him the last 7 yards, and what a great play. What else can you say about Hakeem Nix? He's been outstanding.
Extra point attempt by Barnhouse. Barnhouse, the kick is up.
The kick is good. 8:13 left in the third quarter. The score, Independence 24, New Bern 7.
Still 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
We got a lot of time left, and this is shaping up to be one of those very, very special nights for Hakeem Nix, who will be suiting up next year in Chapel Hill with the Tar Heels.
Baby blue. We're in the baby blue. Watch the stiff arm, the strength. Perfectly legal, stiff arm, and again, the way that Independence can change a game 180 degrees, it's just amazing.
And you think about this too. You got a chance. New Bern has a chance to make it a one-possession game. You miss the field goal. Coach Knott decides to go up top right there, and what could have been a 7-point game, now a 17-point game, and that happened in a flash.
Against a team at Independence, you're only going to have a limited amount of opportunities, and if you don't make hay while the cows are out of the barn, it's just not going to work out. And
that's why I thought that when they were there, 4th and 4, maybe you go for it. I think when you get in the red zone against them, you're going to need some luck on your side. You're going to need some things to fall in your favor. Maybe it's your lucky day. You try. They had that great long touchdown pass before, but I don't think field goals beat Independence. I think you need to put up 7s every time you get close, and certainly at this point, field goal probably out of their vocabulary. They're going to have to go for touchdowns, and they're going to have to continue to throw it deep.
Brad Barnhouse again. Again, a little pooch kick. Taken by Harvey at the 15-yard line. Harvey looks for a lane, still on his feet, struggles to the 30-yard line, where he is wrestled down.
Mike Harvey on the return.
So the
up
Bears,
to about the 30-yard line.
Opportunity, see Independence take advantage on a one-play 80-yard
That's where the Bears will take over.
They'll have the
First
ball
and
10 on their own 30-yard line.
Well, when they were down 10 and they were throwing the ball consistently deep. Now down 17, I would imagine that we're going to see more of that formula. A lot of deep passes. They've enjoyed going to Janera Taylor on the left side. The most effective receiver since early in the game has been Darrell Reynolds, and those guys, Independence, going to have to clamp down on both of them.
Tarnicki dropping back to pass. The south sider throws it. Again to Reynolds. Again with the reception. He'll have the first down marked out at the 42-yard line.
Give the offensive line credit.
Tarnicki's pass complete to number 11, Darrell Reynolds.
Make that pass. The
Zavis Paget
credit for that play.
On the coverage for Independence.
Nightmares tonight of number 11. He's just had difficulty since the second quarter in handling this young man.
Ball spotted at about the 48-yard line. First and 10, New Bern.
East Carolina, pretty good receiver, and Andre Allison that did some things this year, and they're going to have another pretty good receiver when Darrell Reynolds makes it down to Greenville.
Well, you were going to remember now, Mr. Skip Holtz did a pretty good job at Connecticut before he was offensive coordinator at South Carolina, and a loss of 2 on the give to Hardesty there.
Hardesty on the carry,
That's
loss of about 1.
We thought we might have seen the last of after the first half running ineffectiveness, and Hardesty first play of the second half broke off.
Second down, 12 yards to go.
Play, they've had 0 success running the football.
7 minutes remaining in the third period. Your score: Independence 24, New Bern 7.
You know, you can be Barry Sanders, you can be Emmett Smith.
No blocking.
No room to run.
Yeah, no blocking.
With that kind
no
of blocking,
running.
You're not going anywhere.
The option. Tarnicki flips over to Hardesty, gets to the outside, where he just runs into number 98.
Hardesty on the option pitch or on the right side.
What a hit.
Knocked out of bounds by number 99, Darrell Smith.
To get back on the field after that.
I mean, you watch Hardesty here, and he's got some room to roam.
Got a flag on this play. Let's see where the flag comes from.
He's looking for the first down, and Darrell Smith.
At the helmet
Smith just laid into him.
That's it.
Ball spotted at the 46-yard line. It'll be third down and about 3 yards to go for the Bears. There is a penalty flag on the field.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike on Independence, and we'll get an explanation in just a moment.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
I don't know unless they're.
That'll move the ball to about the 31-yard line. First and 10, Bears.
They called it dead ball. The tackle by Darrell Smith was a great play. Dead ball, something happened after the play. Another break for New Bern. What was a good yardage play becomes a great play for him.
Our official, Steve Culberson, there with the explanation. First and 10 on the 31-yard line of Independence. Tarnicki going deep. Miscommunication on the play.
Yeah, Reynolds broke inside.
Tarnicki's pass intended for Darrell Reynolds. It's incomplete. It's second down.
Intends to float the ball. He has to make the decision before Reynolds has an opportunity to make his break on the ball.
You watch it here, Ernest. That's the exact same play they ran for the touchdown that Reynolds made the fantastic catch on. At least Tarnicki was throwing it that way. Reynolds was headed in a completely different direction, but that was, at least in Tarnicki's mind, the pattern that led him into the end zone early or late in the second quarter.
6.5 minutes to go in the third period. They'll run the option. Bad pitch on the play. Tarnicki, the ball is still loose. Independence will have it on the turnover. Tarnicki just taking too long to make the decision on the pitch. And because of that,
Tarnicki on the option pitch. It's fumbled, recovered by number 99, Darrell Smith.
Tarnicki looked
at
like
the
he was going to take
41-yard
it.
line.
His
First
down, thought the quarterback
Independence.
was going to take it, was unready for the pitch. Independence recovers. That's twice now, Ernest, where we've seen a New Bern player fumble that pitch. You can't afford to shoot yourself in the foot. Independence pretty good at shooting you. You can't make those kind of mistakes and hope to keep up with the third best team in America. And
don't be surprised if they don't go deep again. They love to put the pedal to the metal. You can't double pump on an option play. You've got to make the decision. To give to Cameron Hennigan. Hennigan struggles forward where he'll be brought down by the middle linebacker, Darrell Barnes.
Well, again, Coach Knotts just keeping the run game out there in New Bern's mind, and they're looking to see that 7th and 8th
Hennigan
guy
carries off the left-hand side.
As they do. They're looking to get Hakeem Nicks free again as he approaches that 200-yard barrier.
Gain of about 2, 2nd and 8 for the Patriots.
Jason Barnes also comes in for the Patriots. 2nd and 8 on the 44-yard line of Independence. Welcome to Carter Finley Stadium here, just off the campus of NC State. Jelando Casey still churning his legs, Very close. He will pick up the first down, crosses midfield to the 47-yard line.
44.
And
Gerlando Casey
5'11",
carries off the left-hand side.
He's got that low center of
over
gravity.
midfield.
The more
Official
you watch
timeout.
Casey play, he doesn't
for
get a lot
measurement.
of credit with all the weapons in this offense, but the guy is tough to bring down. We saw it on the touchdown. We see it again right here.
What a weapon to have as your backup tailback, and sometimes your third-string tailback. Now, they're going to measure this, but it looks like they've got it by just the nose of the football.
You know, Casey ran was their third most prolific running back. DeQuan Leak had about exactly 100 more yards than did Gerlando Casey. These guys are both juniors, so they're going to get a lot of reps next season when Cameron Hennigan graduates, but really been impressed with what Casey's done today.
Yes, this is a team that as
first down, Independence.
When you're playing for your 6th state championship, just reloads, and Daryl McFadden, the quarterback, he's just a junior.
Yeah, he's coming back, and there's a lot of talent that's going to be back. The one thing they'll have to do is make some replacements with Akeem Nix and Radon Ingram. The receivers will both graduate. Maybe too soon to talk about next year, but they always seem to find a way.
One of the rare times we see pressure on McFadden as he throws
McFadden's
the ball.
pass intended for number 85, Jordan Woods. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10, Patriots.
Woods, unsuccessful to bring up a 2nd and 10. Well, it's just amazing. The last 5 years, they've just found wide receivers every year. Watch the pressure coming in. Number 41 coming in. Marcus Moore. And again, the young man with 10 sacks. And he really worked up the weight program when he transferred over from West Craven. He could only lift about 200 pounds and has built that up to over 300 pounds. So he has worked on the weight room. And again, it's so important in high school football. Young men are able to do that and advance their opportunities. McFadden throwing a slant pattern to Nix, overthrows him just a little bit high.
Pass intended for Nix. It's incomplete. 3rd
look
down.
Back in history, and every year of this 5-year run, which is about to be 6 years, things continue. And you look at the Brad Hinton, Mario Raley, now at University of Georgia, Billy Wiggins, Mohamed Massaquoi. I mean, it's just amazing how they can get big and strong and sure-handed receivers down there at Mint Hill every year down in Mecklenburg County.
It's a hallmark of the program. And right now, Bo Williams, the defensive coordinator, New Bern, is saying, we've been dropping some guys back into coverage. Now we're going to try bringing a little pressure. They've thrown some wrinkles the last 2 downs as New Bern's desperate to get a stop and try to get the football back.
They give to Hennigan up the middle, wide open. No one to stop.
Laundry,
down to the
except
30.
for the flag.
One man to beat, but it may come back because we've got a holding call.
33. Cameron Hennigan off the right-hand side. How about the 6th?
That flag came
penalty
out
flag on the
Hennigan
play.
hit the hole, and that's the only thing that's going to stop a big first down from Independence is that penalty flag.
There's the call.
And that's if you want to point out problems and you hate to nitpick, as good as Independence has been, but 8 flags in the first half alone for 60 yards. This is going to be a costly one right here.
Tom Knotts has already thrown his hat.
Holding.
He's seen enough here.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
It was actually the offensive coordinator throwing his hat. And there's the mascot Patriot.
Well, again, at 24-7. New Bern is
ball will be spotted at the 30, the 43-yard line.
Really
3rd down, 19 yards to go for Independence.
Now we've got 3rd and 19. And let's see if New Bern applies some of the pressure that they've been trying to get going here in the second half.
4.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Again, 24-7, Independence with the lead. McFadden dropping back to throw. Finds Barnes in the flats. Barnes gets to midfield where he'll be stopped. It'll be a 4th and 12 for Independence, and the kicker will come in again.
Pass complete to number 88, Jason Barnes, tackled by number 34,
Clonsy
Neely.
You concede the pass, you'll give
ball
up
spotted
10,
just at the 50. It'll be
yards,
4th down.
They did a nice job covering
12
the deep
yards
threats
to go for Independence.
McFadden to go to his 3rd target there. Barnes unable to find some space, and how about this? Another punt for Independence. New Bern's going to get the ball back.
Just an opportunity for Marty Evans to get more face time.
Marty Evans set the punt. Number 11, Daryl Reynolds, back deep for the Bears.
Reynolds back on his own 21-yard line. 3:45 to go in the 3rd period. New Bern has had opportunities. Bad snap.
Well, here comes a big
Evans
opportunity.
Will not get it off. The ball is free. It's picked up on the 35-yard line, and a turnover.
Fumbles recovered by the Bears' number 2, Chris Stanley.
As coming out, Chris Stanley.
Ball will be spotted just inside the 35. First and 10 Bears.
Making earlier. Here's an unforced error by Independence. The punt is bobbled, and by the time the punter gets it, there's absolutely nothing he can do. And New Bern now going to have a shot. Great field position from the Independence 35-yard line, trying to find some signs of life here.
Do you think they may try to hit number 11? Watch Daryl Reynolds. He's been the target all night long. A short pass to the tight end, to the 28-yard line, a gain of 7.
And you know what? We've talked about this a lot. They've tried to go as much as they can.
Tawernicki's pass complete to Woody Wilson.
In a situation
gain
like
of about
that,
7 on the play. It'll be second and 3.
Go short. I think that's the kind of play that they might find some success with. You're not going to be able to hit that deep ball with regularity, but now you've got Independence covering it and thinking about it. Some of those shorter patterns might become available.
Tawernicki has time. He has been accurate on the deep balls. Dangerous pass, wrestled away by Woody Wilson. He'll get in the 10-yard line.
Pass complete to Woody Wilson.
Watch the strength of Woody Wilson. If he pulls
gets down to about the 9-yard line,
just wrestles the ball away.
First and goal for the Bears.
And Damone Washington thought he could make a play on the football, wasn't able to do so, and all of a sudden we've got a first and goal. And New Bern again trying to make this thing a game. They got within 10 at the end of the first half. They're trying to get within 10 again.
First and goal in the 9. 2.5 minutes to go in the third period. Here's score Independence 24. New Bern 7. Going the slant pattern to the end zone. Almost picked off, but they'll call pass interference.
Pass intended for Reynolds. There is a flag on the play.
Daryl Reynolds prevented the slant pattern, and he'll be called, and it'll be pass interference will be the call. It'll be half the distance to the goal line. First and goal from the 5-yard line.
You know, and really a smart play by the defense, because when you're that close to the goal line,
defensive pass interference
anyway. Don't concede the sure catch. Go ahead and
first down
and interfere.
That'll put the ball just inside the 5. First and goal.
Spread. Daryl Reynolds all the way to the right side.
Looking to isolate him one-on-one.
Isolated. They're going to try and throw a jump ball to him.
Or use him as a decoy.
Well, Hardesty churns, and he may pick up.
Hardesty on the carry up the middle.
It's funny, we came into this game, and you see there as
gain of about 2.
1.5 up the middle. We came here, we talked a lot about Akeem Nicks. He's been fantastic, but Daryl
Ball will be spotted at the 2. Second down and goal to go.
Daryl Reynolds has been just as impressive.
And although Nicks has had some spot duty at cornerback, particularly in the first quarter, Reynolds has been on the field practically every play tonight. Give to the fullback. Minimal gain, maybe to the 1.5-yard line. And this is obviously 4-down situation for the Bears here.
You know, Ernest, we've seen New Bern on a couple of occasions. They try to go with some pitch plays. They've had problems with the exchange. They've fumbled a few times. And I think right now their coach is saying, look,
ball's carried down to inside the 1. It'll be third and goal.
Pull it up the middle. I think you've got to be concerned about making a mistake if you do anything other than a straight ahead run.
You kind of wonder if Tawernicki will not take it behind Austin Green as center, and that's what he tries to do.
Tawernicki carries. Touchdown, Bears!
For the second time tonight, New Bern takes a mistake, a turnover from Independence, and makes them pay with 7 points.
Well, I mean, you know, New Bern back in this game, and we've talked so much. This is New Bern's 3rd shot in the
Sean Berry, number 92, in to attempt the extra point.
2002. Decent game. They lose 41-20. 2003, it was a whitewash, 54-7. But New Bern trying to bridge that gap, and with 1:23 to play in the third quarter,
bad snap, problems. They'll try to throw for the 2-point conversion. This is a dead ball. Unlike college ball, a 2-point conversion cannot be.
The attempt is no good.
For the defense. So,
and with 1:23 left in the third quarter, the score: Independence 24, New Bern 13.
In the third period, your score: Independence 24, New Bern 13.
Relax and let your thoughts drift away in a stressless, the ultimate recliner, designed to support you perfectly in any position. Relax your body, free your mind in a stressless.
Come, experience stressless at Inbo Furniture in Cornelius.
is at 12%. I'm recording bass fishing on ESPN right now. We're hoping to get that up to 50.
I'm gonna talk on the phone all night long.
Long distance. Right now, there are hundreds of movie stars in my living room, waiting.
I will send my entire family pictures of my vacation, and none of them can stop me.
We welcome you back to what has been a very entertaining almost three quarters so far. Independence with a 24-13 lead for New Bern. New Bern
very set to kick.
His touchdown run of 1 yard, but unable to convert the extra point. Hakeem Nix with a kickoff return. Tries to break outside to the 30. He'll get to the 35.
Nix on the return. Takes it out to about the 34.
For the Patriots as they come to the field. The Patriots with 3 turnovers tonight, 2 interceptions, and a mishandled punt attempt, a fumble.
First and 10, Independence.
Over to the Bears either way. For Chip Williams, I think he wanted to get into the fourth quarter with an opportunity to be close enough to put a lot of fear into the heart of a lot of Patriot fans here, and they've done that so far.
Let's see if they go back to Nix. Even on that kickoff return, he's always thinking home run. We saw a big home run last time they had the ball, or 2 possessions ago with a touchdown. Let's see if McFadden finds a way to get it back in his Bellcow's hands.
Changing the plays at the line of scrimmage. Gives to Cameron Hennigan. Hennigan off tackle. Will pick up the first down, a 10-yard gain.
33, Cameron Hennigan carries off the left-hand side. He's tackled by number 44, Daryl Barnes for the Bears.
This is a team that can run. Daryl Barnes with the tackle, the middle linebacker for the Bears.
And you can see Pierre Andrews.
Ball
just
spotted at the 45,
first
and 10 Patriots.
He's a big guy being recruited by a bunch of SEC teams, South Carolina, Georgia, Auburn, LSU. He is a big-time prospect, and he had the big seal block there on the left side.
Young man that was moved from the guard position to the left tackle position midway through the season. They give to Hennigan up the middle. Barnes on the tackle, but Hennigan just will not go down. He'll pick up.
Hennigan carries up the middle.
30 seconds.
Initially met by Daryl Barnes.
We don't talk about ball control very often when you talk about Tom Knotts, but the more New Bern hangs around,
he picks up about 4 on the play.
The football, you wonder if maybe Independent's going to run the ball a little more, move the chains, move the clock. It's been a portion of their offense.
Ball spotted at the 48-yard line. It'll be second and 7.
The third period. Again, an exciting game so far. We'll conclude things here. Independence winning over New Bern with a lead of 24-13. We'll return with fourth quarter action.
Relax and let your thoughts drift away in a Stressless, the ultimate recliner. Designed to support you perfectly in any position. Relax your body, free your mind in a Stressless.
Come, experience Stressless at Inbo Furniture in Cornelius.
It's at 12%. I'm recording bass fishing on ESPN right now. We're hoping to get that up to 50.
I'm gonna talk on the phone all night long.
Long distance. Right now, there are hundreds of movie stars in my living room, waiting.
I will send my entire family pictures of my vacation, and none of them can stop me.
A love story. What's VOD, SAP, and FAV? How do I set the pin number? Hey, I'm not done. How do I use the remote?
Tune to Channel 411 for answers on demand. Simple answers to those nagging little questions.
I demand an answer.
12 minutes is all remains for Independence to secure themselves in the history book in high school football. Right now they're tied with Robertsonville with 5 straight state championships. The pass over to Jeremy Barnes.
Pass is complete to Nix.
The 31-yard line. Excuse me, Hakeem Nix, number 89. And watch him again use his strength.
Ball spotted at about the 32. First and 10 Patriots.
We've talked about all night. Him and Daryl Reynolds.
He's just so strong. I mean, you know, a lot of great receivers out there, but Nix with the strength, the ability to buy himself space, and he really looks like he's going to be a fantastic collegiate receiver.
Again, this is a matchup of 2 Division I prospects that we're going to be seeing on Saturdays for the next 4 years. providing Carolina plays ECU. Cameron Hennigan with the carry. A late flag.
33, Cameron Hennigan carries off the left-hand side. He's met by number 5.
We'll sort this out.
Dante Fields.
Carry by
penalty
Hennigan.
marker on the play.
Independence is approaching one record or one number that you don't want to approach, and that's 100 yards in penalties as they continue to limit themselves with infractions.
There's no penalty on the foul. Independence had 7 men on the line.
And just as we say that, the official picks up the flag. There is no foul, and Hennigan's run stands.
Chip Williams,
second and about 1 for the Patriots.
Disagree on that is he's on the sidelines there. But what they do is they use their flankers so close to the line of scrimmage, it's easy to see where the confusion. A 2nd and 1 from the 23-yard line of New Bern for the Patriots as they drive after what was a stunning score after the turnover by the Bears. And Hennigan churning, loses the ball on the turf. New Bern will pick it up. It's the 4th turnover of the night for the Patriots. New Bern will have it on the 9-yard line.
The ball is fumbled and picked up by number 55, Terry Vaughn.
Finds a seam
it's
on the left
at the
side.
9-yard line. First down, Bears.
Very clearly comes out, rolls between a couple of New Bern players, and they're pinned deep in their own territory. That's the bad news, but the good news is the bigger news, and that's New Bern trailing by 11. It's a 2-possession game. They have the football back.
Trailing by 11 with 11 minutes remaining in regulation. 1st and 10 on their own 9-yard line. Now they'll come in the I formation. The traditional formation they set up to run the ball to Hardesty. And he'll take it. Tries to bounce outside, does, to the 15, to the 20. Down to the 27-yard line.
Kelvin Hardesty carries off the right-hand side up to about the 28.
Strangely like his brother, loafing
First
down
New Bern.
The zone block, everyone overcommits to the left. He's able to break it outside for the first down, a 17-yard gain for Hardesty. This gives them a little bit more breathing room.
Second time that Hardesty's gotten free tonight, and on both times it was a misdirection play, starting one way and heading back the other. He's had to work for every one of those yards as Kelvin Hardesty.
Again, the I formation with the fullback, something we see out of them more often. Play action fake. Tarnicki throwing deep. He had wide open Darrell Reynolds.
Pass was intended for number 11 Reynolds. It's incomplete.
The defender slips and falls down.
Well, if you watch this on the replay, he had Reynolds, but he didn't have time to throw the football. The pressure got to him. Independence had 3 guys right in his grill. He had to throw it a little bit more quickly than he would have liked to. So, yeah, he had the guy open, but credit the Independence front 4 for putting the heat on Tarnicki.
Yeah, brought the safety up and actually had Darrell Smith, the middle linebacker, dropping back in deep coverage in the zone. It was
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. They'll give to Hardesty off tackle. He'll get nothing.
Hardesty up the middle. He's met by number 98.
Justin McFadden.
Justin McFadden.
10 minutes and 11
no
seconds
gain
to
on
go
the play.
in regulation. 11-point lead for Independence.
When New Bern is
call
at
it a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down. 10 to go for New Bern.
It's been with the misdirection. Trying to mine the middle of the Independence defense has been futile thus far for the Bears.
David Tarnicki, who has orally committed to a baseball scholarship to Appalachian, successful Appalachian Mountaineers tonight, advancing to the 1AA championship in Chattanooga. Tarnicki dropping back, throwing deep over the middle, trying to hit McFadden. Bumping coverage. No flags.
Towernicki's pass intended for Reynolds.
Darrell Reynolds.
It's incomplete. 4th down.
You've seen all night long with him and Zavis Paget. Paget gets position, seals him off.
If you watch here, Reynolds looking
Sean
for the
Berry will
flag.
come on to kick.
Paget saved himself. He does look back for the football. That's a play where if he doesn't
23
turn around
Ryan
seconds,
Turner
it could very well have been a pass
will be
interference
deep
call.
for Independence.
Turning around, saved the flag for Paget.
Mark, I agree. I think the idea that he got his hand on the ball helped him and negated any thoughts of pass interference. Ernest Watts here with Mark Amazon here. 9.5 minutes to go in regulation. Your score, Independence 24, New Bern 13. High snap to the kick, Berry. Berry kicks it off the side of his foot. It is short. It will not get to midfield. It takes an Independence bounce and will be downed at the 44-yard line.
Ball rolls dead at just inside the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Interesting numbers.
Patriots.
If you look at the stats for the 3rd quarter, Hardesty with 48 yards carrying the ball. That's up 50, almost 40 yards from what he had at halftime.
He's found a little room to run, has he? And Hakeem Nicks, again, the big story, 7 catches for 194 yards. He has the touchdown. And Darryl McFadden, he completes 50% of his passes in the season. He's completing 50% tonight. 2 interceptions have been 1 black flag on his record.
McFadden, rollout pass, hand time, throwing deep. He's got Ingram wide open, overthrows him to the 20-yard line.
McFadden's pass intended for number 10, Radon Ingram. It's incomplete.
Right idea.
2nd and 10.
Not a bad idea. Roll him out, get him away from the pressure. McFadden, 16 for 32, 243 yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions.
This has been, and again, for the season, he's got a 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. Those numbers reversed today, which is the one thing going against him, but he generally completes about half his passes, and he's done that. The running game hasn't been all that effective.
9:18 in regulation here. 2nd and 10 from the 44. They give to Cameron Hennigan. Hennigan will pick up.
Hennigan carries off the left-hand side
to the 41-yard line.
Going to set up a 3rd down play for New Bern, and you would imagine at this point in the field,
stacked up.
We're in 2-down territory where Independence would go for it should they not get it, but you got to start watching the clock now.
Ball spotted at the 41. It'll be 3rd down and 7 to go for Independence.
Needs a couple stops here.
2 possession, but you're talking about a successful 2-point conversion for New Bern if they get in that situation. Or at least tie, and Independence will call a timeout. As in this
timeout, Patriots.
McFadden wants to be sure on a big 3rd and 7 play on their own 41. And again, Tommy Knott's working as his own offensive coordinator this year.
It's at 12%. I'm recording bass fishing on ESPN right now. We're hoping to get that up to 50.
I'm going to talk on the phone all night long.
Long distance. Right now, there are hundreds of movie stars in my living room, waiting.
I will send my entire family pictures of my vacation, and none of them can stop me.
How do I use the remote?
Tune to Channel 411 for answers on demand. Simple answers to those nagging little questions.
I demand an answer.
Well, it may be cold on the outside, but there's warmth in the hearts of the Independence fans on the sideline.
3rd down, 7 yards to go for the Patriots.
Their team's up by 11 points with 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go in regulation. 3rd and 7 on the 41-yard line. Darryl McFadden give to Cameron Hennigan. Hennigan trying to break outside. He will go out at the 30-yard line, 38-yard line, excuse me. It'll bring up
Hennigan carries off the left-hand side. He's knocked out of bounds.
And about 3.
Marcus Moore does a great job watching the replay. Hennigan goes left. Marcus Moore sheds his blocker and makes the initial trip up, keeps Hennigan from getting the necessary 1st down yardage, puts the decision squarely in Tom Knott's hands.
The officials discussing something on the sidelines here.
It looks like they may call an infraction against New Bern, and
late hit out of bounds.
Dead ball, personal foul on the defense, 15 yards, 1st down.
That's
crucial hit.
Forget about the 15 yards. It's the down right there.
You kind of wonder if words were passed. It did not look like he was out of bounds at either one of the tackles.
Well, I think they said late hit there, so they were calling some sort of contact.
They were saying
we
he
couldn't
was
see it from our
down.
vantage point.
Again, that is the close.
Ball will be spotted at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 Patriots.
You had Indy in a position where you could make them run a 4th down play. They get a fresh set of downs now.
1st and 10 on the 23 of New Bern. New Bern's defense tested once again, as they have been all through this game. McFadden throwing deep, going to the end zone to Ingram, overthrows him once
Pass
again.
intended for number 10, Radon Ingram. It's incomplete.
Radon Ingram up against
2nd down.
Gennaro Taylor.
Well, and that pass was there. If you watch it, the linebackers kind of cheating up as McFadden rolled to his right. They had to at least respect the fact that it could be a quarterback keeper. Left Ingram with man coverage. Ball just wasn't delivered accurately.
Whereas some coaches would be more adapt to run the ball here and run the clock. Coach Tom Knotts has so much faith in his passing attack. He wants to score. He does not want the clock to run in this situation. The single back is Cameron Hennigan again. Under center, the junior, Darryl McFadden, looking to get his first state championship title as a starting quarterback.
33, Hennigan on the carry off the left-hand side.
Crosses the 15-yard line.
Brings up
tackle by number 52, Cletus Sawyer.
Brings up another third
Ball
down.
Spotted just inside the 20. It'll be third down.
New Bern defenders got to be a little dispirited.
About 7 yards to go.
Got the late hit penalty, and now they're in a position where they need another 3rd and 7 stop.
Tackled by one of the great names in high school football. Yes, you love him. Good old Cletus Sawyer, number 52, the defensive tackle.
You got to have
for
a
the
Cletus.
New Bern. I had to get Cletus in the game somehow.
Yeah, and if you have a Cletus, generally he's a big guy, a big defensive lineman like Cletus is. But
loves to eat. If you're a Cletus, you love to eat. They give to Hennigan, trying to break off tackle again. Takes the first hit. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. That'll bring up
Hennigan carries off the left-hand side. He's met by number 41, Marquez Moore.
On that big road grader, Pierre
Ball will be
Andrews,
spotted at about the 16. It'll be 4th down. 3 yards to go for the Patriots.
Gets 4 yards there, but it leaves it 4th and 3, and I don't think there's a whole lot of decision here for Coach Knotts in terms of what he's going to do. Daryl McFadden comes back on the field. They're going to go for this.
Officials will call an official timeout here, as there's an equipment problem. He's coming off the field for the Bears is number 23, Mike Harvey. And that's a big loss if he has to come out. And again, he'll have to come out if they do not call timeout.
Well, it would be a 33-yard field goal here that could make it 27-13. But you know what? It would still be a 2-possession game with or without the field goal. Tom Knott's going to elect to go for 7 and maybe chew up a little more clock in the process.
And offsides encroachment as New Bern. Again, the long
penalty markers on the field.
Wise move as McFadden elicits the 5-yard penalty, which will bring them first down.
And Independence field it now. Their fans getting into it. Their players encouraging their fans to get on their feet.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
You know, Ernest, you get the late hit.
That'll put the ball at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 Patriots.
Now the 4th down play never materializes because of the offsides. Back-to-back penalties, and Independence now, they can get a first down as they're at the 11-yard line, but they're knocking on the door with a potential knockout punch.
6:56 to go with an 11-point lead. 6 points here would secure a 6th straight state championship, unprecedented in North Carolina high school football at any level. They give to Cameron Hennigan, the sledgehammer, tailback, just
Cameron Hennigan up the middle
to a 4-yard
to about the 5.
Very tired defense is a little slow in responding.
Well,
call it the 6-yard line.
Great offensive.
2nd down, 5 to go for Independence.
All perform double duty, and they're out there now. Woody Wilson goes both ways. Janera Taylor, and of course Darrell Reynolds, who's been the offensive star for New Bern. So these guys have had a lot of reps, and Tom Knotts, he wants this score, but he's not in any hurry to get it. He's going to let these New Bern defenders sit in the field for another minute, think about it, get a little more fatigued.
Jaquan Leak comes in, number 45, as a split-out fullback for Independence. They give to Hennigan. Hennigan will waltz into the end zone and secure
33. Cameron Hennigan carries off the left-hand side for a Patriot touchdown.
And the celebration has begun in the stands on the southern side where the green and gold are clad.
You know, when you read the box score, you're going to see touchdown Hennigan. What they ought to put there is touchdown Pierre Andrews. If you watch the block, Pierre Andrews took 2 guys from the left side of the line and mashed them back towards the center. That was a hole that you and I, Ernest, holding hands, could have skipped through.
Brad Barnhouse on to attempt the extra point.
And Pierre Andrews, the reason it was there.
Well, Mark, I'd rather not hold hands. We'll just go single file.
I'm not saying I would have liked it. I'm just saying
it's up. It's good.
Brad Barnhouse is successful.
5:59 remaining in the game to score. Independence 31. New Bern 13.
And no one has come close to Cameron Hennigan on that run. He could have run all the way to Chapel Hill.
You know, an offensive lineman, they never get the credit Pierre Andrews is going to. He's got a lot of big colleges after him right now.
It's at 12%. I'm recording bass fishing on ESPN right now. We're hoping to get that up to 50.
I'm gonna talk on the phone all night long.
Long distance. Right now, there are hundreds of movie stars in my living room, waiting.
I will send my entire family pictures of my vacation, and none of them can stop me.
Simple answers to those nagging little questions.
I demand an answer!
Deep for the Bears.
Welcome you back. 5:59 is all is left before history is set here at Carter Finley Stadium. Ernest Watts here with Mark Amazon as Independence is making their mark on the record book and securing what will be their 92nd straight victory. Harvey with the ball and fumbles. Independence picks it up.
Ball is fumbled. Picked up by Independence. First down, Patriots.
And there's a guy, Jerome Byram. We've called his name defensively all day. He's been all over the football. Right place, right time as he pounces on that loose ball. And Independence knocking on the doorstep once again. I mean, you see the gang tackling. 5 tacklers in there. They get the ball loose, and it's Byram that happens to be able to roll onto it. And any chances that New Bern had of a miraculous comeback pretty much extinguished right there.
That's it. When it rains, it pours. It's pretty much the situation there. And again, he's got to be my defensive MVP of this game. He's been all over the field. And for Independence, if you're going to talk an offensive MVP, well, you've got to go with a big wide receiver.
No doubt about it. Hakeem Nicks, and they might be looking to get him one more here.
There he goes.
As they throw it to the left side, and sure enough, Hakeem Nicks, if you single cover him at this level, he's going to make you pay.
Pass complete to number 89, Hakeem Nicks. Touchdown, Patriots.
6'4" wide receiver. And again, goes to the top of the jump, brings it down, secures the ball. Great hands. There are a lot of big men at 6'4", a lot of fast guys at 6'4", but not a lot have the hands this young man has.
Barnhouse.
And with all the attributes Nicks
on for the extra point.
Daryl McFadden doesn't always have to put the ball right where he needs to. On that occasion, he did. It was a perfectly thrown football. Nicks didn't have to do a whole lot, just goes up and gets it, but he has the total package, does Hakeem Nicks.
Brad Barnhouse says, I just did this 5 seconds ago.
The kick is up. It's good.
And he's got the
5:44
just like
left
that.
in the game. Independence 38, New Bern 13.
There's Steve Shipp, one of the great assistant coaches in high school football, played for Tommy Knotts over at West Charlotte and followed him over to Independence. Watch that great catch.
And watching Nicks, and fans of the Tar Heels and Chapel Hill are going to be seeing that for the next 4 or 5 years.
Relax and let your thoughts drift away in a Stressless, the ultimate recliner. Designed to support you perfectly in any position. Relax your body, free your mind in a Stressless.
Come, experience Stressless at Inbo Furniture in Cornelius.
How do I use the remote?
Turn to channel 411 for answers on demand. Simple answers to those nagging little questions.
I demand an answer!
Cameron Finley Stadium. Carter Finley Stadium, excuse me. Carter Finley Stadium, the home of NC Wolfpack. NC State there, and some young Independence fans really enjoying it here. Well, the Wolfpack.
Brad Barnhouse set to kick for Independence.
The Patriots have here.
Well, you know, the Wolfpack have great depth at running back with guys like Tony Baker and Andre Brown. Independence, though, has an array of weapons at running back, but especially at receiver.
Darrell Reynolds on the return, takes it up to about the 20. First and 10 Bears.
They're going to see him here at least twice in the next 4 years making plays. This isn't the last time Hakeem Nicks is going to play at Carter Finley Stadium.
And again, for Darrell Reynolds, a bittersweet ending to a fine career for the Bears, but he knows his football days are not behind him. And the only sad part about championship games is 95% of the young men that are suited up there
Number
are
10,
seniors.
Brett Williams.
Never get the opportunity.
Now into the
like
game
this
as quarterback for New Bern.
Again, it's a very special part of their lives coming to an ending as they enter a new stage.
All right, we change at quarterback as Brett Williams has come in, the 5'9" sophomore.
Williams pass intended for number 3, Woody Wilson, broken up by number 25.
Brett Williams almost threw his third
Damon
touchdown
Washington.
of the year. Bad news was, it was for Independence.
Oh, yes. Damon Washington's timed that just a little too late. 5.5 minutes to go in regulation. Your score, Independence 38, New Bern 13.
And you like this. I mean, New Bern's had the opportunity to play for some state championships. No telling if you're going to get back in the next couple of years, and let Brett Williams get a little experience here in the limelight. you never know that this experience could come in handy in the next couple of seasons.
An opportunity to play on a college football field, which is a very rare opportunity for young men, and he's unsuccessful in the option. He may pick up about 2 yards.
Brett Williams on the keeper off the right-hand side, picks up about 4.
Independence is right to tune here, and again, you cannot underestimate.
3rd down, 6 to go for the Bears.
And for Independence, that's what they've gone into, a winning habit. The last time we talked about in the first half, the last time this team saw defeat was September 1st, 2001. And since then, they have won or will win at the conclusion of this game 92 straight games. And one number looms above that. That's the 147 by De La Salle of California. That would take at least 3 years to reach. But with the
Williams pass intended for number 3, Woody Wilson. It's incomplete. 4th down.
Tom Knotts is on record as saying he will not think about retirement. He will not think of leaving as long as this streak is going. And that's amazing, because you're talking about kids who right now are in the 8th grade being seniors, but that's the progressive thinking they look at.
You mentioned the 8th grade. Pierre Andrews hasn't lost since he was in the 8th grade, hasn't felt the agony of defeat, so to speak. And one other little subplot to this game, there is no such thing as a true national champion.
Sean Berry, back to punt, deep, number 23.
Poll, where
Ryan Turner
is currently ranked 3rd. The 2 teams ahead of them both have games left to play on the season. It is within the realm of possibility that Independence could garner a national championship this year.
Nice return up the middle as churning and picking up crossing midfield is Ryan Turner.
Turner tackled by number 62, Jeff Hammond. There is a penalty flag on the play.
4.5 minutes to go.
You know, and you have to give New Bern a lot of credit, too. When you look at what happened to them this season, they didn't just lose their opener. They got beat pretty good by Mount Tabor out of Winston-Salem. They lost that game 39-20. Then the last game of the season, they lose to a pretty good Greenville Rose team by 2. So they had to bounce back from that final loss and get into the playoffs. They had a tough game with Hoggard out of Wilmington in the 2nd round. But after an initial loss to start the season, New Bern really turned things around.
Yeah, that was a Mount Tabor team led by O.C. Wardlow, who will be going on to Virginia next year, probably converted to a defensive back. But that was a team that was thought to be one of the potential contenders to offset this Independence team. Of course, they were 4 single A, not in the 4 double A, because of classification of number of students.
Handoff on the left-hand side to number 44, Gerlando Casey.
That's Gerlando Casey. Again, the potency of this team.
He gets down to about the 38. There is a flag on the play.
You got Casey. You've got also DeQuan Leak, each one of them averaging over 6 yards a carry. You've got receivers like Hakeem Nix averaging almost 20 yards a carry. Raydon Ingram, who has been kind of shut down here in the 2nd half. You include that with Jason Barnes, and even Cameron Hennigan has 20 receptions for the season. You know, this is an offense you just can kill you either way.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, it's almost like watching a high school version of the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, it's a pick your poison sort of thing when you go up against the undefeated Colts. Are you going to stop their passing game and let Edgerrin James run wild? Are you going to try to slow him and make Peyton Manning beat you? We've seen NFL teams all season struggle with that dilemma, and Independence, the most versatile team we've seen in a long time, they have no weakness.
Well, the comparison, of course, up to tonight, they were tied with Robertsonville, which was a 1A team, which won 5 straight championships from 1979 to 83. And that was a team, as we will have a timeout by Independence here. That's a team that won 12 championships.
Timeout, Independence. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to stay in your seats at the conclusion of the game for the awards presentation. We'd also like to remind everyone that no one is allowed on the field. Once again, stay in your seats at the conclusion of the game for our awards. No one is allowed on the field.
West Coast. To a school like Independence. I think it's kind of an apples to oranges comparison. I'm not trying to rain on De La Salle's parade. What they did is absolutely phenomenal, but this is the greatest streak ever in the history of public schools.
I think they're getting the Gatorade ready for the Gatorade bath.
That's an early bath right there.
Yeah, they've got it together. They're trying to keep it quiet here. This is a subversive effort here.
Not doing a very good job of keeping it quiet.
Yeah, you got to have one guy who's got to keep Tom Knotts Yeah, Tom Knotts is going to be there, and someone's going to keep his attention.
I wish we could get another shot of that because you have 4 guys. You got the 2 dumpers.
Teamwork.
You got 2 dumpers. You got a lookout, and you got a distraction. Yeah. Those are the 4 guys, and we saw the dumpers getting it. There you go. You got the dumpers in position.
Filling it up. You got to fill it up first.
You see the lookout there. You got a guy with a Santa Claus hat. He's a diversion, and that's teamwork. And that's why Independence is so good. They got teamwork on the field. They got teamwork on the sidelines.
Gerlando Casey carries off the right-hand side for a short gain.
Here we go. Down to 3 minutes and 44
He carries to about the 44-yard line.
Illustrator working, I'd further break down the Gatorade bath, but that's in the shop, I understand.
Second down, 13 yards to go.
Tom Knotts here.
You know, and Gatorade baths, coaches don't really like them. They like them. They like them less in December. They like them even less when they're wearing shorts. So Tom Knotts has got kind of the trifecta working against him. He isn't going to enjoy this bath. He'll enjoy 6 titles in a row. The bath, not so much.
I think he'll enjoy it because anything's enjoyable at this point.
Penalty marker on the play.
Team having penalties such as this, and you see a little encouragement from the crowd there. Okay, get this right now. Get the right mix here.
One thing that nobody's enjoying as we get the call is the avalanche of penalties here late in the ball game. We're stuck on about 3 minutes and 14
ball foul
seconds.
on the offense.
A little face time for Steve Culbertson, our referee tonight.
And the Independence coach is saying, guys, let's just get the ball snapped and get on back to Charlotte with a trophy in hand.
Yeah, let's enjoy this. We're going to have 365 days to enjoy this, and the celebration has begun on the sidelines already.
And Jerome Byram, who very well could be the defensive MVP there in the Santa Claus hat, and he's earned the right to wear that hat tonight. 2nd
and 18 to give to Gerlando again, and he's wrestled down. Gerlando Casey has been a revelation here at tailback and filling in
44
tonight for the
Gerlando Casey off the left-hand side. He's brought down by number 43, Solomon Davis.
Number 2 guy behind Cameron Hennigan, and
it'll be 3rd down, 17 yards to go for the Patriots.
For Gerlando Casey, I'm sure we'll see both of them next year, but it certainly looks like Gerlando Casey has thrown out the opening bid to be the featured back for Independence next season.
Again, they love the depth at running back and wide receiver, so you're going to get playing time. You may not be a starter, but you will be on the field. 2:20 remaining in regulation, 38-13 your score. Independence just trying to stretch out the clock and get home to Mint Hill and enjoy a 6th straight championship. McFadden throwing, picked off by who else but Darrell Reynolds. Reynolds going down the sidelines. He will score. How fitting the effort of this young man.
Pass is intercepted by number 11, Darrell Reynolds. Touchdown, Bears.
The field tonight. He won't come away with a victory, but we're going to enjoy seeing him in the purple and gold of the Pirates for the next 4 years.
You got to wonder about that play a little bit. You're up 25. You've got just over 2 minutes to play, and it was a dangerous pass. It was a poorly thrown ball. That's McFadden's 3rd interception on the day, and when you make that pass on the sidelines, you're essentially risking exactly what happened, and that's a return for a touchdown. It's not going to change the outcome of this game, but certainly a play that McFadden would like to have back. This hasn't been his best showing.
And they're going to go for 2 here. They're going to call timeout
New Bern.
2.
Well,
may put that Gatorade down for a while now after that Gatorade bath may be put off for some unknown period of time.
New Bern missed the attempt on the extra point before, so if the 1's not a gimme, you might as well go for the 2, right?
That's absolutely. Hey, get all the points you can at this point.
So New Bern with the 2 would close it to 38-20, and an 18-point margin of victory would be fairly close to what we saw back in 2002. I'm just talking to talk.
The Bears going for the 2-point conversion, trailing 38-19 with just under 2 minutes to go in regulation. High formation, they'll give to the fullback, and what did his knees touch?
Quarterback Brett Williams on the keeper off the left-hand side. The 2-point attempt is no good. 1:57 left in the ball game. Independence 38, New Bern 19.
Championship trilogy, if you will, between Independence and New Bern. Back in 2002, it was a 21-point win, 41-20 for Independence. This one, barring another Independence score, would be a 20-point margin of victory. And I guess the silver lining for New Bern, Ernest, would be much better than what happened the next year in 03 when they lost 54-7.
Well, they actually had opportunities in that first game back in 2002, and unfortunately Independence was able to score 2 touchdowns in 1 minute and really close things off. Similar to what we saw here in the middle part of the fourth quarter when New Bern had their opportunities, and they will look back tonight and the ability, of course, to not be able to stop Independence in certain situations. But they'll look back and think, well, we had our opportunities. We could not convert in the first half, and that just caught up with them at the end. There's the big I flag, and the cheerleaders here saying, all we know is state championships. That's all we've seen for 6 years.
Well, you know, in New Bern, here's a team that they allow less than 10 points a game, 9.8, and I'm sure their defenders are thinking, what happened? We usually give up 10. We've given up 38 points, but with Independence, they can strike quickly, and that's one thing you find out with this team as you watch them live and you watch them up close. So many weapons and the ability to make things happen. From
92, Sean Very.
That's a sign of great teams at any level.
For the
wherever
kick.
you are, you're a threat to get to the end zone, and they showed that. The 80-yard touchdown pass to Hakeem Nicks was maybe the biggest play of this football game.
Very on the onside kick. The good hands team on the field for Independence is a struggle for the ball. Under a pile there, it may change possession 5 or 6 times.
Pretty nice onside kick.
5 or 6 times.
This is high school football, so you like to think we're not getting the eye gouging and the low blows in the pile, but you never know.
Well, the officials say New Bern.
Yeah.
Well, let's take the polish off that trophy.
Ball is recovered by the Bears. First and 10.
Barely a pulse.
Unless
with a minute 51 to go.
Unless they got
ball spotted at the 48-yard line.
You're going to have to go deep real fast. You got to score real fast.
Who do you think they're going to go
about
for?
What, 2 onside kicks?
How about this? I'm going to guess they're going to go Daryl Reynolds' way.
Number 11? Yeah, I think if I was Independence, I'd put 3 guys on him right now.
Post-game cheeseburger.
He's at the bottom of the screen for you. And again, Tarnicki is no longer in the game. Williams is quarterbacking now. Williams gets pressure. Well, he'll just take it himself and carry it. Unfortunately, this will continue to let the clock run with a minute 42.
That and Daryl Reynolds had
Brett Williams on the keeper.
I'm surprised to see that, but
gets to about the 45-yard line. Second down.
Just kind of bulldozing forward, but at this point, I'm sure they'd like to get to the end zone at least one more time, and they're going to have to put it in the air to do that.
He's got to throw it up and just make it a jump ball situation. Daryl Reynolds been able to do that. 2 touchdowns, 1 offensively, 1 defensively tonight for number 11 to New Bern. Throwing deep and overthrows the intended receiver. Tried to go to the other side to Janera Taylor.
Yeah, and Ryan
pass intended for number 8, Taylor. It's incomplete. It'll be third down.
You see here, he dives out, lays out for the football, going for one final back-breaking interception.
Here goes the bath. There we got him.
They got him pretty good.
I was going to say, a little fast there. He's saying not as fast as I used to be.
It wasn't what I'd call a direct hit.
Well, got the back.
Yeah, on the Gatorade scale, you give that a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Got the back there. Again, teamwork. And he'll enjoy. He'll be soaked as much as he wants to get what will be his 4th state championship.
Yeah, when it comes to the Gatorade bath, I would say the preparation.
Pass complete to number 42.
Not as good as the preparation.
Kevin Reddick.
Kevin Reddick.
Stop made by number 99, Daryl Smith.
First down, so the clock will continue.
4th down for the Bears.
You look at a team with Independence, and you see the juniors like McFadden coming back. You got Daryl Caldwell coming back at running back. It's just a wealth of talent for the next few years.
You see Tom Knotts on the sideline thinking, wow, this is cold. And I'm kind of thinking, wow, Coach Knotts, you should get used to the feeling of Gatorade in December. I mean,
pass is incomplete.
His first bath.
Independence will take over on downs, 1st and 10.
Play again. The team manager distracts him just enough. And he may have some mock anger there, but he's enjoying every moment of it.
Yeah, there's and you see it again.
There we go again. A second one. Well, didn't get him right the first time. Got him the second.
Every coach's dream, that second Gatorade shower as the seconds tick away. And you know what? He may be cold. He might be sticky. He got himself another ring and another trophy, and that's what it's all about.
And a love for his players for him. You can just see it all through this tier. The players change. The coaches change. But the big I reigns supreme once again. And they'll take a knee, and that'll be it.
One of the rare times they're going to take a knee and not throw the football, and that's the final play. And we've seen some history here tonight. History from Hakeem Nicks, history in terms of a 6th straight title, but we have seen a lot of big things in this football game.
Tom Knotts gets his 4th state championship and a drenching of Gatorade. And the Independent Patriots stand alone as 6-time state champions. They've come 6 straight years to the state championship game for AA, and they once again leave as champs. history has been set again, and it will continue.
That's the ball game. Final score: Independence 38, New Bern 19.
Over the New Bern Bears, 38-19. Congratulations to both teams, but to Tom Knotts and the Patriots, the records continue to fall.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, stay in your seats in just a moment. We'll be having our awards presentation.
92 straight games. No one has done it in North Carolina, and the records continue.
Yeah, and for New Bern, too, nothing to hang your heads about them. And here's a team that nobody has stopped in 92 games. This is the third-ranked team in America that may very well move up even more. New Bern may have come up against the best team, certainly the premier program, maybe the best team in America this season. And for 2.5 quarters, Ernest, they hung right with them.
The Big I, 6 straight championships, 38-19. Are they the best team in the nation? That's for those to decide. But we know in North Carolina, for the last 6 years and for 2005, they are the best team. They are 4 AA champs. Tom Knotts once again comes back from a sabbatical from college football and secures his role as the best high school football coach in North Carolina. For Ernest Watts and for Mark Amazon, we thank all of you and the North Carolina High School Athletic Association for our opportunity to bring this game to you. Wish everyone happy holidays and a prosperous 2006. Good night, everybody. The Big I, 6-time state champs.